what sort of things does picking up a wombat and separating it from its mother, I mean, what sort of risks are there if someone does this sort of thing?
Look, there's so many damaging things that she has done and could have done. If you look at the video, the way she's carrying the baby is really the incorrect way. They're quite heavy and muscled, and she's just picked it up by its forearms and its shoulders, and so its whole body is hanging, and the way she's running, it was just swinging from side to side, which could have done a lot of damage to its body. But the worst is, you know, separating a mum from a baby, you always risk mum rejecting the baby or mum running away, and they can't be reunited. And my biggest concern is that we didn't actually see mum and baby getting reunited, and when she put it down, it looked disoriented, it was turned away from where the mother was last seen, so we don't know if mum and baby actually found each other again.
Social media does seem to have encouraged these sorts of interactions between people and animals because the more extreme they are, the more views they get, the more interactions and the like. How concerned are you that other people might try to copy this sort of thing?
Look, I think it's a worldwide phenomenon. It happens with tourists in all countries. We hear about multiple species in different countries where people try to pat animals or approach babies and mums reject them. It certainly happens, I think, increasingly because of social media. So it is a big concern. This case, however, I'm hoping the backlash that has happened with this woman and how Australians have united against this might be a deterrent for people thinking maybe this is not a good idea. I'm hoping.
I was always taught that wombats could actually be quite dangerous because if they get really upset, they can run at you, they do bite sometimes, things like that. But how is this pretty typical behaviour for a mother wombat? Are they actually as aggressive as sometimes they're made out to be?
Look, I don't think wombats are as aggressive as they are made out to be. Sometimes they get a bad rap. It's usually the boys, and I think it's when you stand between them and their burrow that you might get a bite. But normally, when I work with wild wombats, their instinct is to run away. If you capture a wild one, you might get a bite, but instinctively they will try to run away. In terms of this mum, her behaviour was quite unusual. Usually a mum would run away. The babies are wired to follow their mum, so nose to tail, this is what they do. If mum starts running, baby has to follow. So if she had run away, this baby would have been separated from his mum and would have had to come into care. So the fact that it stayed around and milling around and trying to find its baby was quite unusual, and I'm hoping that that means that the baby did find its mum in the end.
Just before we let you go, we know that immigration officials are looking at the conditions of this influencer's visa. The immigration minister, rather the Home Affairs minister, has said it's unlikely that she'll be welcomed back to Australia again. She's been publicly named and shamed. Is that enough, or would you like to see actual authorities take a look at potential criminal fines, criminal action in this case?
I really would like to see that. If she's still in the country, I think that would be an appropriate action to take, because historically there's been a lot of sort of actions against animals in Australia. This is certainly not the first case, and penalties have not been severe enough. And I think all of us who are in this world of conservation would like to see stricter penalties against people who harm our wildlife. I think the more important thing, though, for this particular woman in this case is that she comes forward and tell us where this happened, because I'm not sure if you saw in the video, if she holds it up to the camera, the baby has mange, and it's a matter of time before it dies from mange. So it's important for us to find where this happened and get this baby and its mum treatment as soon as possible.
Yeah, mange is a horrendous disease for the wombats to deal with. Yeah. Yolandi Vermaak, thank you so much for joining us this morning.